Hello. So this is our project milestone 3 that we have implemented. So basically we were working on the scholarship and fee reimbursement online system for the UP government. So I will let you go through to each of the steps that a student need to follow to get the scholarship or the fee reimbursement. Starting from the uh, login thing. So a student need to login to get started with. So here is the login button, which is in green in color. So after clicking on the login button, student will get the interface to log in. So we are just making the system much more efficient by just letting the student to enter only the phone number, not any other extra details. So after entering the phone number, student will get OTP. So after verifying the OTP, now you can see the student is getting logged. So now thinking about the perspective of a student, how he will go through a website or from the interviews and the surveys that we have taken. So I will show the common workflow of how a student will go through to all of the tabs that are present here. So you can see we have added the sliders to see the different banners present on the website. So this is one of the important banners in which from step 1 to step 3, it is for the student. Step 4 is for the institution part, and the rest of the department that will be providing the scholarship for the students. So you can see now student want to know about the eligibility criteria, whether he is fulfilling or not to get the scholarship. So first he will click on the eligibility criteria. Now this is the like this is the image that he will be getting for to check whether he is eligible or not. Later on, after getting to know like whether he is eligible or not, he will mostly go to the documents required part to check whether which documents are required to fill the form. So these are the required documents from the websites. We have taken all these, and after getting to know about the documents, he will go through the process flows, like how he will be going to fill the forms. So we have mentioned the proper workflow from registration to filling application forms to uploading documents and the rest of the part, and what the college actually does, and from the government part what will be done in a stepwise manner. Now, since he knows how all things can be done, the most important thing is to check whether which is the date to fill a form, or what is the deadline to fill any form. So after clicking on important dates, he can check or scroll through like what are the important dates. So these are basically are in descending order of the dates to check whether he can see the latest important dates at the top of the screen. So after checking the date, he might know get he wants to know maybe that like what are the different notifications which have came for the different types of scholarship. So you can see from the home screen, there are different types of scholarships like pre-matric, post-matric, or from for other states as well. So these are the notification section, same as the important date sections. In the same way, it is also in the that sequence. Now, after getting to know the notification section, he will try to might be he will try to check whether how the bots present are working or how to get started with filling the forms. So by clicking on the chat bot, which is right below the screen, this is the interface that we have designed for the chatbot. So there are pre-inbuilt some most important questions that a student need to fill the form. So you can see one of the prompt is how can you help me, if a student is asking. The prompt is like he will helping the student to fill the scholarship and fee reimbursement part, and how for the question how to apply for scholarship, it is giving like in a proper way like how to fill for the scholarship. Now, coming to the next part, which is how to now fill the application. So student will go to the application section. So first, a student need to do a registration to fill the form. So at the top, we have mentioned about the registration. So I will you walk through the registration part. So this is the one of the way we have mentioned, like for the first time, uh, registration is required basically for the first time if a student is if he wants to fill the form for scholarship. So these are the four categories that are basically eligible for getting scholarship. So we have mentioned. So let's say a student has ticked the question, the first part or the second part. So later on, he will need to fill the basic details to register for the application. So you can.
Yeah, so you can see if we are not filled any details, it is just basically open, and without filling the full detail you won't be able to submit. So now later on we have just filled the details, and you can see you also need to verify your Aadhaar link number whether it is there or not, then only you will be able to submit it, so which is basically important for the security purposes. So now after submitting the registration form, you will get to re-verify whether you have correctly filled it or not. So this is the prompt that the student will be getting. So if it is okay, then student will basically click on the okay, and at the end you will be getting the print format to just get to store your registration number. Now since you are done with your registration, now you will get student will start filling the application form. So now a student gets his registration number, so he will put it that and fill all the required details. And let's say in worst case he has forgot the password that he has created during registration. So by clicking on the forgot password, he'll be getting this prompt like reset your password, and by filling all the required details like registration number, date of birth, and Aadhaar card, he will be able to reset his password. So you can again see the submit button is only working and all the details are
Filled correctly. So now reset link is sent on user's mobile number. Now from there he will be able to uh, redirect a URL, and this is the prompt to reset his or her password. Now after resetting her password, the prompt is saying password has been reset successfully. Go to application form. So now after filling the first prompt of the application form, he will be eligible to now get started with the other parts. So as from that the actual scholarship website portal, we get to know like a student needs to fill his first personal detail, then educational details, and then bank details, and then address. So we have mentioned in the same format. And you can see like few details are already filled, like by default uh, first name, last name, DOB, father's and mother's name are already filled. So we are just making it sure that student is not need to fill the same data again and again, since they have already mentioned during the registration form. So to just to make ease for the students, we have mentioned these features. And later on a student will need to upload the documents, the he need to verify his Aadhaar, and at the end he need to log the application for verification, and the student need to submit their application to college or school in order to like get the scholarship. So since registration is already done, it is showing green in color, and we are at the second stage, so it is in blue in color, and rest are in like the brownish color. Now, if while filling the application form, if a student gets in a problem, or he's not getting to know like what kind of some details are he or she needs to fill, so he can use the contact us section. So in contact us section we have mentioned all the details of the required departments, like for each of the category they have mentioned the different officers contact details and toll free numbers along with the timing, so we have mentioned that. And in a bit more way, if he or she is unable to contact, then he can fill simply a form to and write the message by saying that what exactly he is facing the problem in. And you can see there is one department. So since all the forms are divided in like these three departments: social welfare department, backward class welfare department, and minority welfare department. So now the message will only go to the department that the student will choose, so which is basically not sending mail or spamming anyone in the department. So just sending the mails to the only required the departments that is responsible for the solving the issue. So now coming to the next section, you can see this is the home page. So if you scroll down to the next page, you can see the three other
tabs or the three banners or of Aadhaar seeding status to check whether how at which state the Aadhaar is there. Since you need to have a Aadhaar card or verified mobile number with the same Aadhaar number that you have. So you student can check from that. Grievance portal will lead to you the help section or contact us section, and this the third one is FAQs, which are frequently asked questions. So might be he might or a student might think like if the contact us section is not working, might be his doubts are resolved by someone else. So after clicking on FAQs, it will be redirected to the frequently asked questions. You can see there are pre-built questions that we have mentioned, which are most of the important or the most asked questions that people ask during filling the form for scholarship. So he or she can just ask, see the questions which are frequently asked. Now, if a student is completed his application, if he wants to check the status, like where right now his status is, and since it is much important to like check whether at which stage his application is, so he can check from here. And so after clicking on the check status, it will redirect to this prompt where he needs to choose the application year for which he has submitted. So since so these are the years that he might have been submitted the application. So let's say that student selected the 2022 to 2023. So now since we have mentioned that at the start that a student needs to log in from only mobile number, so there might be a case that different family members have registered from the same mobile number. So you can clearly see like these two users are registered from the same mobile number, and they both have applied for the scholarship. So if someone wants to see the or the student want to see the first applications, like where it is or the status of this application, so he just needs to put the date of birth and captcha to check his status. So after filling the check your status form, you can see it is clearly showing that at two steps it is verified, and needs to get released and it needs to get transferred to the account. So this that was the section for status. And now coming to the sections which are that not that much important, so we have kept all those in the link section. So these are the different part of the web page through which it will redirect. So you can see one of the important is to see the PDF format of the student guidelines, or for the different state registration form how it will be done, or some advertisements. So year wise it is there, so a student can check through that. And for pre-matric guidelines for each of the category it is mentioned, so a student can check from that as well. And at the end for the post-matric students also, there are guidelines available for each category, so they can check as well. And now coming to next important part from our survey and the interviews, some people were talking about like some people are not that good in Hindi, or some are not that good in English. So we have added the feature of Hindi language, which is currently not active in the actual website. So we have changed this, and this is how contact us section looks when, so you can see there is a cursor on clicking on Hindi, it just get converted into Hindi. So this was the page which is in English, and this is the same page which is in Hindi. And now contact us section can be used in the Hindi language. And this is the second part where if he's not filling or he is unable to contact to any of those numbers, then he can just by choosing any department in which he's thinking to fill the form, he can just write the message and send to the specified department. So I guess that was from all from our side. Thank you.